We've got some new and very exciting MCU news and rumors about Thor 4 Love and Thunder. Buckle up, Marvel fans. This film is going to be, just like everything else coming out from Marvel, crazy AF. What's up, everybody? It's Josh. Welcome back to the channel. Smash that like button, and I want to remind everybody that a big part of what the Den of Nerds is doing moving forward is happening over on our live streaming channel. Now, let's get into some of the most recent reports when it comes to Thor 4, and right now it is literally raining MCU news and leaks, and so much is happening that it's actually kind of hard to keep track of. And so I want to go through a couple of things that broke just in the past couple of days. It was broke by Daniel Richtman, who I continue to say is one of the best Marvel MCU insiders. Yeah, he said that there will be a version of Storm in Thor 4. On top of that, the trades have confirmed that Matt Damon is confirmed to be in Thor 4 as well. We just got confirmation that Nebula is going to be in the movie, and a couple of weeks ago, Chris Pratt was confirmed to be in the film as well. And so it really does seem like a lot of stuff is just pouring out about this movie. It's going to be a very connected film, connecting to things that are going on in the MCU currently and connecting to things that will happen in the MCU after it. And a big clue to all of this craziness is the fact that Christian Bale has been confirmed by Kevin Feige himself to indeed be playing Gorr the God Butcher in Thor 4 Love and Thunder. Now, all of this stuff is pretty crazy, and as I said, a lot of stuff is pouring out. It's almost hard to keep track of what is going on. But let's specifically linger on the fact that a version of Storm will likely be seen in Thor 4. And we have to kind of get into slight spoilery territory here because some of this speculation is informed by other leaks and stuff like that. I assume if you're checking this video out, you're already like into the leaks and stuff like that, but maybe you're not. Now's the time to leave if you don't want further spoilers. Yeah, I mean, I literally believe that this, just like the Evan Peters thing, is going to be something that blows people away. And I think just like Evan Peters will be coming in from the Fox X-Men universe playing the role that he played, but just in the MCU, I actually believe that Halle Berry will come forward and play Storm, the version of Storm, in Thor 4. Now, there were two massive plot leaks for Thor 4 that came out last year, and we covered both of them. One of them did talk about the Guardians of the Galaxy sort of being in the film and about a new version of the Thor Corps where you will see all kinds of different characters that have Mjolnirs or Asgardian weapons. And then there was another leak that came out talking about how Gorr the God Butcher was going to be an alien, how Loki will be helping Gorr, how he'll be spinning out of the Loki show to do so. This will have to do with dark energy, Hela, and the Necro Sword. And it will also set up the Mjolnir that Natalie Portman will use as the Jane Foster character. Now, I'm actually going to link the video we did that goes over the second leak, the one I just talked about, with Gorr the God Butcher and Loki working together. And you should go check that video out because I actually think that one might be the accurate plot. And I still believe you could get some Thor Corps ideas and have Storm as a version of Thor in the movie. But the crux of the plot, I believe, will revolve around Gorr the God Butcher. But in that plot leak, and again, you know, spoilers, there is a battle that goes through time with Gorr the God Butcher, which makes sense if you have read any of the comics with that character. And so, again, Thor 4 is about to be playing in this crazy sandbox. And so I believe because of all the multiverse craziness, the quantum mania that is currently happening in the MCU, and all the reports about Spider-Man and Doctor Strange 2 and WandaVision and Evan Peters coming in to play Quicksilver, but he's actually Quicksilver from the X-Men universe and all that craziness, right? It would just make perfect sense that Taika would be like, what about Halle Berry Thor? I always loved that Halle Berry Thor. Can I do a version of her with a hammer as a member of the Thor Corps? That would be really cool. And now, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to explain the Thor Corps and their role in Secret Wars. Because you see, in Secret Wars, the police of that realm are all Thors. They all have a hammer or an Asgardian weapon, and they all have the power of Thor. And so, because I believe that is coming, I think this film, Thor 4 might actually just set that up a little bit. You might be getting a little bit of the Thor core and a possible tease and preview of what will come in Secret Wars down the line. Now, another reason why I really think this plot leak could be real, and you could be basically seeing a combination of the first plot leak with the Thor core and the second plot leak, and a little bit of the Jane Foster cancer story sort of sprinkled throughout, is because Gore and Loki teaming up is now beginning to make more and more sense the more we learn about the Loki show. Now, that show, just like WandaVision, is going to be exploring the craziness of sort of the quantum mechanical breaking of the multiverse. There's going to be characters, we believe, that represent something like the Tesseract and the Mobius and time and different things like that. It's going to be very bizarre. Different Kangs, different versions of Loki, including a female Loki, a young Loki, etc., etc. And there's even a rumor that we'll see a different version of Thor in the Loki series. And so again, go check out that plot leak if you are interested, but a lot of this is just making sense with now what we know about the shows and how the multiverse is being set up. Way back when we did that video, we did not know all the stuff we know now, and now it even makes more sense, not less. Now, the last part I want to talk about here is the idea of villains. Okay, Gore the God Butcher is an incredible villain. He'll be going throughout time. The all-black Necrosword is incredible. Doctor Doom is on the way. Magneto is on the way. Whole bunch of crazy villains on the way to the MCU. And I personally believe a big part of why is because of Secret Wars. Because I believe Secret Wars, if you really remember the old Secret Wars, the ones from like the 80s, a lot of the charm of those were the fact that you had all these villains working together and then you had all these heroes working together. So look, I believe there's a lot of elements from the 2015-2016 Jonathan Hickman run that they will pull out, but there's nothing that says they won't use stuff from the older Secret Wars, and I really do believe that Marvel is trying to bring all these awesome villains either back from previous time periods or in from other things, you know, like the Fox stuff that they didn't have access to, etc., etc. And this thing with Storm being brought in and Gore the God Butcher and Loki possibly working together, pretty crazy stuff, and sets up potential crazy things going on in the future with the villains. I mean, think about it. If Mephisto is really coming, if Nightmare is really coming, if all of these crazy villains are really coming, it seems like they're being set up for a purpose. It seems like they will end up being a big part of Secret Wars, but that is just what I am thinking and pontificating about. You know, look, we don't know for sure. Zero sources over here, third floor basement, etc., etc. You know the drill. Ladies and gentlemen, let us know what you think about Storm possibly being in Thor 4 and the potential craziness of Thor 4 and all of Marvel as we head forward into the multiverse of madness. This is awesome. I'm super pumped and excited as a big old nerd, but I of course want to know what you think about it, so let us know in the comment section below. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video.